You ready? Taco. Anyway. Hey. Hi.
Hi.
There you are. Welcome to my third place. I'm kidding. That's not how I'm saying it. Welcome to my third place. This is the Welcome to my third place. This is a podcast equivalent of staying up a little too late with the TV on, your favorite game loaded, and nowhere you need to be. Here we talk nostalgia, fandom, games, and pop culture, 90s and early 2000s memories, comics, Marvel Rivals, Pokemon, and the things that shaped us then and still stick with us now. This isn't about hot takes or being first. It's about hanging out, feeling at home, and having conversations that feel familiar. So grab a seat, settle in, and stay a while. This is my third place podcast. Tonight is a special one because wrestling just time traveled. Peaceful, peaceful. Peacock shot the bolt. Somebody's in the live. Rebecca's in the live. Welcome in. Thank you for liking the live. Appreciate that. Tonight is a special one because wrestling just time traveled. Peacock just shut the bolt. Then the WWE Network library packed its bags, and now the entire WWE catalog lives on Netflix. Which means the whole generation is about to discover or rediscover what wrestling felt like before algorithms, before thumbnails, before content drops. So we're doing what M3P does best. We're going back in time. We're back to September 26th, 1999, back to the Charlotte Coliseum in Charlotte, North Carolina, back to WWF. WWF. That's how back we're going. Back to WWF. Unforgiven 1999. So, not just another pay per view, but a moment sitting right on the edge of something bigger. This was the first Unforgiven not branded as In Your House, the end of an era that officially wrapped earlier that year. The Attitude Era is in full swing. The rules are looser, the characters louder, the crowds hotter, and the lines between hero and villain already blurred beyond repair. WWF was on fire, but make no mistake, WCW was still very much in the fight. Monday nights were a war. Channel flipping was a reflex. Stone Cold shirts were everywhere. What?
What?
Not yet, not yet, not yet. We're not there yet. We're not at that Stone Cold yet. Goldberg chant echoed across living rooms, not mine.
Gotcha.
And every week felt like something could change the business. Outside the ring, the world was holding its breath. Y2K paranoia, burned CDs labeled in Sharpie, TRL countdowns, dial up tones screaming through the bedrooms, the millennium clock ticking closer, with no one quite sure what the year 2000 was about to break or reboot. And Unforgiven 99, it lives right there in that moment. Messy, chaotic, overbooked, electric. The kind of show that only exists when wrestling is culture, not just programming. Welcome to my third place. This is the podcast equivalent of staying up a little too late with the TV on, your favorite game loaded, and nowhere you need to be. Here we talk nostalgia, fandom, games, and pop culture, 90s and early 2000s memories, comics, Marvel Rivals, Pokemon, the things that shaped us then and still stick with us now. This isn't about hot takes or being first. It's about hanging out, feeling at home, and having conversations that feel familiar. So grab a seat, settle in, and stay a while. This is my third place podcast. Did I just do that again? I did.
Mhm.
Oops.
Okay.
Where should
It
we put
sounded
it?
great.
Where should we put it? In the beginning or at the end? At the beginning.
Huh? At the beginning, yeah, I like it.
I like it at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'll say it again. Babe, welcome in. Live in the city of. Hello, everybody coming in. Hello, everybody that's already joining us. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate that. Um, I guess tonight we're cracking it open match by match, moment by moment, with fresh eyes and 1999 brains fully activated. I'm not doing this alone. Joining me tonight, bringing encyclopedia level wrestling memory, locker room instincts, and I remember exactly where I was when this happened. Energy, Menace, welcome in.
Hi, everyone.
I'm back.
Hey.
The human tape trader, the pay per view historian, the voice that knows when a chair shot meant something. And trust us, this isn't just a review, it's a rewind. a reminder, and maybe a warning of what wrestling was before the new millennium hit. All
Mm,
right, let's light the boots, kill the lights, hit the pyro. Let's go back to Unforgiven 1999. But before we do that, Menace, how are you? How's
I'm
your week?
doing good. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Doing good, doing good. How was your week? How was your week? We haven't
You know,
done an
it's
episode in a while.
been okay. Yeah, it's been okay. Um, still dealing with extra people at work. One more week after this one, so they leave a week from Monday. So
I don't think they'll ever listen to this podcast, right?
I don't
I
know.
don't think they'll ever listen to this podcast. I'm sure the extra people at home, um, are they still drinking
Yes,
the stuff that you bought?
yes.
Are they
Well,
still
no,
being
all,
lazy and
all of
not
that's
putting stuff?
gone. All of
Oh
that's gone.
God, yeah.
So no, my friend, she buys stuff, for her mom.
Okay,
So she goes to the commissary and buys, groceries for her mom. I give her a list of the stuff that we're out of or low on, and she buys it.
okay.
And it's like, okay, cool. Y'all got, y'all obviously have some kind of money because the grandson and his wife, they get teriyaki every day. Um, and I know that's not cheap.
Teriyaki is not cheap. No.
No. I mean, you can, because they go at lunchtime, you can get like a lunch special, but still, that's still going to add up, and you've been doing it for, 5 days a week, or, we're going on week 3.
Mhm.
So, yeah. And then they eat some of it and then leave it in the refrigerator.
Right, right, right.
So then it just sits there and then it gets thrown away. So I'm like, okay. But, they use a lot of water,
Yeah.
even though she has filtered water that comes out of the refrigerator. They still buy bottles. Well, they bought purified water, whereas my friend buys her mom's spring water in small little bottles.
Yeah.
They use those for their baby. And I'm like, it's for the baby, but you know, you can use the filtered water that comes out of the refrigerator because they don't measure it out. They put it in the microwave. They put enough for the baby's bottle and then dump the rest. So I'm like, do that with filtered water, not bought water.
Oof. Oh my God.
So yeah,
Oh wow.
that's what I'm dealing with. And then, they leave their dishes in the sink. So I have to, put them in the dishwasher.
Okay.
But,
Yeah.
and then of course I'm mopping floors and they just walk right on the floor while it's still damp.
Yeah.
So
Crashing
I'm
out.
like, oh well.
Oh well.
One more week after this week, we're counting down.
We're counting down for one more week.
1, 2, 3.
That's
So
great. That's
we're
great.
talking about what? 8 days, 8 more
Yeah.
days.
Big shout out to Greg who just joined the live for a little bit. Have a great episode tonight, brother. All right, you too. Happy birthday,
Hi,
my brother.
Greg.
Today's his birthday. He's not with us tonight. He is on a personal trip to Texas. So, big shout out to you, brother. All the love from us as well, from
Mhm.
everybody in the chat as well. All right. My week's been okay. I'm like thinking about other doing. I've just been my mind's been like trying to like last year I didn't do any episodes in January until end of the year, under the end of the year, January, end of the month, which
Mhm.
was our predictions episode for Royal Rumble. I felt like this year I needed to like, you know what? Let me do more episodes. So after the episode I did with Leanna says tell me says hi.
Hi.
So after I did the episode with Greg, I figured, all right, I'm gonna do more episodes in the coming weeks. Let me start thinking about them. Let me start brainstorming them. One of them was I wanted to do was, help with podcasting other people
Yeah.
like in the month of January. Usually that means
Mhm.
that. So I was thinking about it, and but nothing came out of it the entire week. And the other one was the Marvel Rivals episode, season 6, because it was coming out this past weekend. It came out. Deadpool's here, and again, like we couldn't like come up with a schedule on that, so we're gonna leave it for another day. That's still happening. Another one was I thought of doing an episode where we were thinking about um, the questions that I ask normally from Podex. Um,
Mhm.
this one was growing up. What was your third place? Where did you spend most of your time?
Mhm.
A lot of people answered, and I kind of wanted to do like an episode series about that, like where I spent most of my days. So I was thinking of doing that. And then I'm thinking back to all the things that we've been doing lately. Like pod decks. We're talking about life. We're talking about this stuff. So let me update my everything. So I go in there and the settings on where I keep my stuff on
Mhm.
the podcast, and it's all like what category is on. The category has always been on TV and entertainment or
Mhm.
wrestling at first, and then I changed to TV. So I'm like, it's not about we're not doing TV, but rarely doing TV and stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
should I categorize my podcast as, and what category should it be under? And I just kept thinking, like, what fits the most? The show's about community, nostalgia, identity, and shared experiences,
Mhm.
pop culture and the lens, not the point. I'm creating a place for people to belong. It's not a news or a review show. It's more like we're listening or we're watching our stuff. We're watching stuff unfold as well.
Yeah.
It's like a hangout, a late night conversation podcast, live. Even when we talk games, comics, or TV. Josh, how you doing? Welcome in. We
Hi,
have
Josh.
we have games, fandom, collectibles, and nerd culture. Relaxed, unwind energy. This is fun, not homework. So, what's going on, bud? What's going on? So, what should we categorize the podcast as? So, I looked it up. It's now in the society and culture category on all streaming platforms.
Okay.
Like we have a lot of things there. Let me look it up. Society and culture. It has subcategory documentary, personal journals, philosophy, place and travel, relationships. That's what we do. That's
Yep.
what we do. And then like if it doesn't work out, we'll put in leisure, which is animation and manga, automotive, aviation, crafts, games, hobbies, home and garden, and video games. It's the same thing. So we're more, for the first one, it'd be like society and culture, and then leisure, like
Yeah.
right after. And then I changed the description of the podcast, which
Okay.
is now like if anybody asked were to ask, what is your podcast about? Well, my third place is a hangout style podcast built around nostalgia, fandom, and community. We talk 90s and early 2000s pop culture, games, comics, Marvel Rivals, Pokemon, and the moments that shaped us then and now. No pressure, no shouting, no hot take culture. Just conversations that feel like a familiar place you can drop into and stay a while. What's up, homies? How you doing, Josh?
Sounds
How's
good to
everything
me.
going? Sounds good to me too. Danielle, Lauren, how you doing? Marcella, welcome in. So yeah, it feels good to have that. It feels like good change,
Mhm. Yeah.
basically, like and all that. So after that's it. Yeah, basically it. Um, for those of you that came in, we're talking Unforgiven 99. We're going back in time. Leanna says, "Love it." Thank you. Appreciate that. So we're going back in time to Unforgiven 1999. It's all on Netflix. Um, first question, though, is why did you choose this one?
So,
Is there a reason behind it?
so I chose it because I don't remember too much about it.
Okay.
I was, you know, I didn't look at the date, other than the year, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I did not remember. I'm like, this pay per view doesn't sound familiar. Even when I was going through like the matches, I saw the matches and I was like, this doesn't seem familiar at all. And then I was talking to you a little bit about it, and I'm like, maybe it was when I was gone, because after I graduated high school, I went down to live with my sister for a little bit because she had a baby a month after I graduated from high school. And she asked me, since I didn't have any plans after high school, if I would be her nanny. So I
Mhm.
said, sure. I didn't have anything else to do, So, I mean, I could have went to college, but I was just like, you know what? This seems like something fun. I love babies, and this is my first nephew, so why not? Why not spend as much time as I can with him? So then when I was talking to you about it, I was like, oh, maybe it was then. But then watching it today, um, and the date, I was like, no, I was in Washington, but then my sister was like, our mom had surgery in September
Okay.
because she had ovarian cancer.
Hmm.
And so she was in recovery. So we weren't going to my grandparents because we couldn't take our mom with us. And that's the whole, I mean, it's her parents. So, and we would always go to see them every Sunday. And then, of course, if it was, pay per view, my grandparents got all of them. So I was like, no, that's why I don't remember this, you know? So I just wanted to just get your take on it and what you thought about it. And, so I watched it and it was short, but it wasn't because it was like 2.5 hours,
Hmm.
but there were 9 matches. So I'm
Hmm.
like, oh,
Hmm. Yep.
that would be a 2 day now, that would
Compared
be a
to
Saturday
now,
and Sunday,
two night event. Wow.
Yeah. So I'm like, wow, this is crazy, you know. So I look forward to hearing everything you
Okay.
think about it.
Okay. So I didn't remember any of this at all. Like
No.
I don't remember anything. I looked at the card and I was like, I don't remember this at all. And then like towards the bottom, oh, here it is. Boss Man versus Al Snow in a dog kettle match, whatever the hell that
Yeah.
was.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
The only part about it is because that was the worst match ever on the show.
Yeah.
And
I
everybody was
agree.
talking about it and all this stuff. Where was I in 1999? I had just graduated high school. This is also the year that Owen Hart passes away in May. Um, so it was rough for some time there because I was kept looking at it as like I wonder what happened in WCW at the time,
Hmm.
and we had another horrible main event over there too at Fall Brawl, Sting versus Hogan. Um, Goldberg was DDP. If I remember correctly, that didn't even get the air. Or was it at Halloween Havoc? I don't remember. That's what I mean. I was like, I don't remember any of this stuff. I do remember is um we moved, my mom and us, all of us, we moved. So around August, I would say August, we moved
Okay.
to a whole community based apartment where in order to live there you have to have some community service involved as well, some like 50 hours of it. Yeah, it was horrible.
Really?
Yeah. So it was just that from that moment on, I was like, "Oh crap, I'm gonna be like a fucking leader to these kids, aren't I?" I was, yeah, that's great. And here I goes,
Aw.
17, 18 years old, me just like being a leader to everybody, to all the kids. I was like, all right, here's what we're gonna do next. Here's what we're gonna do next.
Yeah.
I was like, how many hours of community service have you done? Can I get free rent now?
5. No.
um, so, basically, no more. I think I didn't have. There was a gap between August, September,
Okay.
October, November, December. When did Kurt Angle debut? Because I remember watching that one. No, no, no. It was in January, around January, February,
Oh.
around there, Royal Rumble time. I like I said, I graduated high school. All my friends are like no longer existence. We're no longer talking to each other about wrestling. I
Mm-hmm.
have to go and travel over there from now on. And we didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And Shenrod was like one of those guys where like everything that I would ever watch came from him because he would have a videotape of it.
Yeah.
So I didn't have him anymore. So I had to rely on other people in the community, in the apartment. Hey,
Okay.
you watch wrestling? Can I come to your house? Can
Yeah.
we be friends? You know, all this
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, come on over, man. It's like, all right, cool. So like every other time it'd be like, what happened at Unforgiven? What happened here? What happened here?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like I said, this was a horrible year. Big Show's father passed away, and they did a
Oh
whole skit about it where he was at the cemetery. And for sure, you know, like well,
my
for those of us,
goodness.
no, hold up, for those of us growing up watching Big Show, the Giant in WCW, when they made a gimmick about his dad was Andre the Giant, and you as a wrestling fan, you tend to believe
Mm-hmm.
this stuff. And then later on, when the thing happens in '99 and all this stuff, and I'm like, wait, I thought his dad passed away already. I thought his dad was Andre. We all believed it. We all believed it.
Yeah.
So Big Show's dad passes away, and they do the whole cemetery act, and then Big Boss Man shows up and like hijacks the freaking coffin and drags out into the freaking mud. And here comes Big Show dragging it, like also. And I'm like,
Oh.
this is why I stopped watching. This is horrible. At the end of the year, we get the McMahon Hamsley era of uh, Triple H marries Stephanie at around November, December. They have the big fallout with Vince McMahon at the end of the year at Judgment Day. Was it Judgment Day? I don't know. It was the December pay per view. But yeah, that's what I remember most about '99.
Okay.
Um, except for the summer, September, and October, and then that's it.
Okay.
So, like coming back to this and watching it now, and then looking at all the crowd and all the signs up there, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow, this is awesome. I haven't seen it like this in a while.
Yeah.
There's some signs that are there that at the beginning of the show about Jericho, Y2G, and I'm like, yeah, this wouldn't fly anymore. I get why they
No.
put the signs down. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is horrible. This is bad. Um, and then it was the Attitude Era. It was a different era. This is the Wild Wild West, basically.
Yeah.
This is the
Yeah.
wild stuff that's ever happened. And like when someone says like, "Hey, I wish the Attitude Era could come back and everything," it's like, you mean all the signs that said racist remarks and
Yeah.
homophobic slurs and all that stuff, um, all that other crazy shit that happened back then. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think so.
No.
I don't think you need that back.
No. They'd all get
So,
canceled.
and even the gimmicks at here in the first match, even the gimmicks, I'm like,
I know.
bad. All right,
I was like, he couldn't say that now.
yeah, you no, he can't say that now. Um, so it's gonna be a different type of situation. If you haven't seen it, go watch Unforgiven '99. Give us your take about it. And here's ours at the moment. So the show starts off with Val Venus versus Steve Blackman. Like you said, it was a short, but it was long. So this match
Yeah.
lasted 6 minutes and 33 seconds.
Yeah.
Um, Steve Blackman is a martial arts guy,
Mm-hmm.
and Val Venus is a porn star. luck with that. Yeah, you heard right. Is a porn star. He works as a porn guy. The Big
Mhm.
Valvolsky. It's like if I remember correctly, like he had that Rick Rude gimmick, but like going up a notch. Like Rick Rude
Yeah.
would be like, "What's going on, ladies? Look at this body." No, Val Venus like, "What's going on, ladies? Look at this body. Pay me."
Yeah, I know.
To pay
Even
me to give
his
you these.
intro to, before the match started, what he said, I was like, oh, that
Yeah.
wouldn't fly today.
All right.
They would be like,
So
beep.
yeah, pretty much. Also, every match on this show, there's a new referee. The referees were on strike. I don't know why.
That's what I want. That was one of the questions I wanted to ask you. If you remember why they had a referee strike.
So, from my understanding, Triple H at this time is going crazy. He
Okay.
he's going nuts. He just basically left DX. He's hanging out with China still. At the end of
Right.
the year, he married Stephanie. We don't see China anymore. That whole
Right.
relationship. Oh shit!
Mm-hmm.
Real life happens. Y'all know where that came from.
Mm-hmm.
Um. So he's going crazy. He's going all this stuff. He's the game now. You know,
Mm-hmm.
just basically y'all played him for too much. So now he's fucking fighting everybody. He's punching the referees. He's doing this to everybody,
Yeah.
and even Stone Cold just hitting the referees and stuff. So they're like, "We're going on strike. It's bullshit.
Okay.
Pay us more. We don't have to deal
Right.
with this, or pay us more."
Right.
Only one referee stayed behind. That was Jimmy Corderas.
Yeah.
The rest was Scabs, Brooklyn Brawler, and the other one was Tom Pritchard, head scab.
Right.
Head
Well,
scab.
they
And
said that Corderas started out outside,
yeah, he did. He came
you
in.
know,
He came in like,
and then he
yeah.
came in. So they're like, oh, yeah. So they're like, oh, well, something happened. So,
So as the event began, the first match took place between Val Venus and Dean Blackman. The Brooklyn Brawler refereed the match. Venus stole Blackman's bag of weapons and brought it to the ring. Blackman looked to regain his weapon, so he attacked Venus in the corner. Blackman dominated most of the match and attacked. I'm just gonna call him Val. His name is Sean Morley. I'm not gonna call him this.
just say
attack,
Val. Just say
attack,
Val.
and attacked Val outside the ring. Blackman rammed Val's back with the ring post and returned to the ring.
I know. I was like,
After a series of
yikes.
knee lifts, Val hit Blackman with a Russian leg sweep. Blackman punched Val and tried to whip Val. I can't do this. But was whipped instead. Blackman hit a running crossbody on Val for a near fall. Val ran through the ropes, but received a spine buster from Blackman. Blackman tried to whip Val into the corner, but Val reversed it and hit a corner clothesline. Val hit Blackman with a money shot for the victory. After the match, Val Venus tried to hit Blackman with the Blackman's own kendo stick, but Blackman reversed and knocked out Venus by hitting him with the kendo stick to the head. To
Yeah.
the head. Also going
Oh,
back to all these matches, headshots,
yes.
unprotected headshots, and now looking
Yeah.
back at it and knowing everything about it is like, damn, CTE.
Yeah.
This is why Chris Benoit.
Well, see, when
Yeah,
I first saw him do it, I was like, it looked like he hit his shoulder instead of his head.
right.
And then when they replayed it, you see
The
it,
head.
hits his head, and then they show it from the front. So to me, from the front, because it was so quick, it looked like it hit his shoulder, not the top of his head. And then as you look from behind, you see it hits his head and like goes. I'm like, goodness gracious. And the fact that like he knocked him out.
Hey,
I'm like,
he's
he
right.
knows what he's doing because he's that's part of his martial arts training. So I'm like, I don't think that he should have hit him that hard or he was supposed to, but
I don't think so either. Thank you for the heart, me. Appreciate it.
yeah.
Hi, Lauren. How you doing? Um, what do you think of this match?
I thought it was really good. I thought it was a really good match.
It was short.
It was. but then I'm like, you know what? It got to, it started off the pay-per-view like great. Let's keep that energy going.
For real.
So,
Where are they now? I don't know what Steve Blackman's doing these days.
yeah.
He's still like that would be one person to like find out what they're doing these days, like
Yeah.
because he was a great wrestler. Val Venus, Sean Morley, on the other hand, douchebag over there. he was um he was Edge's brother-in-law. Edge married his
Really?
sister at one time,
Okay.
and yeah, that was his first wife, Edge's first wife. The
Okay.
second wife was like the 1 month, 1 year relationship before Lita
Okay.
thing happened, and then the third wife is Beth Phoenix.
So
But
he married Lita?
no,
Oh,
no,
that was just in between wives.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And now Sean Morley is just like a douchebag, far right, and his name is Sean Morley because he can't use the Val Venus name anymore because somebody bought it just to spite
Oh,
him. And this was
really?
in 2023 or something around there, around 2022 2023,
Huh.
where his name wasn't able to use it wasn't copyrighted anymore, so somebody online bought it and saw like you can no longer use this name, Sean Morley. It's like no, and, like every time you try to use this name, you pay us.
Okay.
So it was like, you're such a shitty person, but at the same time, give us money. It was fun at the time when that happened. It was great.
Yeah.
Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're having a great night. Next match, D'Lo Brown defeated Mark Henry for the WWF European Championship. Match lasted 9 minutes and 11 seconds. Tom Pritchard refereed the match. Henry refused to defend the titles. He was slapped by Lenny Garcia in a pre-match interview, and he said he suffered a brain aneurysm.
I know. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh.
At the
And
time, this was
JR's like, a brain aneurysm? You mean an aneurysm?
brain aneurysm.
Uh,
At the time, this was when Mark Henry was using the sexual chocolate uh,
mhm,
gimmick.
mhm.
I don't know if this is before or after. I think this is after the whole Mae Young thing. The hand. I don't know. That's what I mean. It's like it's been a while.
Okay.
D'Lo Brown will always be the best European champion in my mind. Um, I think I saw dude Draws fighting somebody backstage. So this is way before D'Lo Brown and Draws, and the whole accident thing is why D'Lo Brown doesn't wrestle anymore because he's scared that he might hurt somebody again.
Okay.
So, what else happened? Yeah, it was they were best friends up until then, and then like this happened.
Mhm,
Um, D'Lo wins the European Championship and
mhm,
with a sit up
mhm.
powerbomb featuring a followed by Lowdown and with a European champion. Hell yeah. Um, Backstage, they beat up Chaz, and they mentioned the whole thing that the reason they beat up Chaz because he's abusing his wife or girlfriend.
Right. Right.
And I'm like, was that real? Was that really necessary to say? And a bunch of guys beat him up,
Mhm.
and they're like, and it's like he did it in real life, but they used it as a storyline. And even
Okay.
then, and then there was another time when Hardcore Holly just whooped his ass,
Wow.
like beat him down and everything. Like we don't do that around here.
Yeah.
2 years later, Stone Cold's hitting his wife, Deborah. And they're like, "Oh, this is from." It's like, no, weren't you guys doing this stuff to Chaz and
Mhm.
everything? You don't want to touch Stone Cold because y'all scared, pretty
Yeah.
much. Next match was Jeff Jarrett with Miss Kitty defeating China by DQ for the Intercontinental Championship,
Mhm.
11 minutes and 52 seconds. What's your take on China? First
I
time.
was hoping this was the one where she actually won the title.
Okay.
But I was like, oh, but the fact that like the referee saw her hit him with
A
a
chair.
chair and said nothing. I was like, okay. And even the commentators were like, should she be DQ'd? But the fact that Jeff Jarrett's wife comes in and hits him with the guitar, then she gets disqualified. So I was like,
No,
that's weird.
that was
Or
Deborah.
was this right? Isn't
That
that his wife?
no, that was Stone Cold's wife.
Oh, okay.
Deborah was just there to like he took her from WCW from Steve Mongo McMichael because they were
Okay.
married. Deborah McMichael, like
Oh, okay, okay.
big bears.
Yeah,
So he
yeah.
took her from there, but
Okay,
they divorced over there, and then he brings her here, and then
okay,
he leaves from here to over there again. But Deborah stays behind because like
okay,
she loves fucking Stone Cold, or she loves fucking Steve Austin and
okay.
everything. And then the whole thing with I beat my wife. Come on.
Yeah. Anyway,
Miss
so
Kitty
I
had
was like, and Jerry Lawler is. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize how much of a pig he was. Anyway, so I
puppy
was like,
all over the fucking place.
and I'm
Um,
like, really? So she's gonna get disqualified for something she didn't even do,
right.
but then she took it to him to the ref. So I was like, yeah, get him out of here.
And I think it was at this time that Jerry Lawler and Miss Kitty were dating
Oh yeah.
because we didn't know anything about it until like she gets fired and he
Oh,
leaves to support her. And they're like, "Why did he leave?" Because that's his girlfriend. Since when? Since she
oh,
came in. Like what? That's crazy. We didn't know that.
yeah.
So everything that she ever did after this, up to that
Hmm.
point, she had leeway because of him.
I see.
All the flashing, all that stuff. Like
Mm,
she didn't get fired up until the moment where they're like, "All right, we're signing you ever again. We don't want you here."
yeah.
Uh,
So he was just catcalling his girlfriend. Okay.
right.
Maybe that's not too bad, but it looks bad because he's catcalling someone who's obviously way younger. So,
Always. He loves them young. Like
so
any girl he's ever dated was young.
yeah.
Hey, Ward Perkins, how you doing? Um, and then yeah, you're right. Harvey Whippleman was the referee for the match. Disgusting man. Of
Mm,
course, like even like Jeff Jarrett, not Jared. Jerry Lawler was like, really, this guy.
mm,
Like when
yeah.
the sleaziest guy on commentary calls out Harvey Whippleman as the most sleaziest ever, then
Yeah.
that man is the freaking sleaziest, and
Yeah.
that's Harvey. So
Yeah.
China hits him with the chair, and I'm like, "It's a DQ match? This is that it?" And I'm like thinking because I read first Jeff Jarrett defeated China via DQ. I was like, "Is this
Yeah.
the end of the match?" Oh no, what? I thought it was the end of the match. Okay, they're still going. So how is it
Yeah.
a DQ right after? And then the guitar show, the shot comes in,
Exactly. Oh, goodness gracious. Sorry.
and then the guitar shot
Oh,
comes in, and then
yeah.
here comes Tom Pritchard saying, "Well,
Yeah.
look at the screen, dude. Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? Do your job right." Um, so they did this qualification on China, and she still comes out, and I'm like thinking, like, wait, China's getting cheered, right? Why is she a face? And then she comes out with Triple H. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this is weird. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next match: the Acolytes, Bradshaw and Farouk defeated the Dudley Boys, Bubba Ray Dudley and Devon Dudley at 7 minutes and 28 seconds. I hate the gimmick, the stuttering gimmick.
Me too. I was like,
It like, why would
the
you do that to Bubba?
and then he goes, Dudley Boyz. So I was like,
When they came out,
why?
first time they came out, I remember the first time they came out, and of
Hmm.
course it's The Rock that they interrupt.
Yeah. Oh,
And here comes The Rock, like, who the hell are you? And here comes Bubba, the first thing to say, and The Rock interrupts.
yeah.
Just shut your fucking mouth. So it's like you don't do that to The Rock and do the Dudley Boy
Yeah.
stuff. It's like, oh, this is horrible. and then I don't know how they ended up changing the stuff, but I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, Farouk, this whole match, uh, this whole match was like they're old school. Farouk and Bradshaw are old school, and when they punch you, they will punch you. Bubba Ray and Farouk,
Yeah.
when they punch you, they will punch you. So,
I was really impressed because I've never seen JBL. Well, I don't remember JBL wrestling.
oh
So I was like, oh, good. This is a, I was like, it was actually, I was like, he's pretty impressive.
yeah,
You know?
um, big old headbanger here.
Yeah.
This was a big old headbanger
Yeah.
because like they were stiff. They are stiffest. Bradshaw and Farouk are the stiffest, and then the Dudley Boys is like, all right, we're giving you back the receipt.
Yeah.
We're doing this to you guys, and they
Yeah.
did. And I think at one point, no, it wasn't here at all. Bradshaw, Stevie Richards interfered in the match. He was
Yes.
wearing the black tights, acolyte, UPN at the time.
I
They
know.
were
I saw that.
at the time they were on UPN. SmackDown was on UPN, I think. It was
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
a network before the CW took over.
Yeah.
Before this was when you know WB and UPN before the merger, and they decided
Hmm.
it's the CW now.
Yeah.
But Stevie Richards comes out with the UPN poster right here, and thinks he's part of the Acolytes now. And then hits a D-Von with a Stevie kick. Farouk gets the pin. After that, Farouk shakes his hand and like stiffens him and does one freaking move, and I was like, this is where his neck problems start.
Yeah.
Um, and I think this is the part toward the 2000s where he starts doing the right to censor, where everything because WWE was in a fight with the FCC. Like you
Okay.
can't be showing that anymore. You can't be showing that. It's like, all right, what can we show? What are we allowed to show? And so they do a whole right to censor, and everything is just it's no longer everything is gone. That's why they didn't allow Kitty to come back at all. Um, this was a
So
fight
when did they become the APA?
APA. This is the acolyte. APA is this. This is the Acolyte Protection Agency.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what
So
APA stood for, but I just know it was these two, you know. So I was like, did
yeah,
they rebrand them or?
no, this whole thing, Farouk and the acolytes were because at the beginning of the year, Undertaker was the Minister of Darkness, like
Okay.
very cult like, and
Okay.
everybody was in that thing. Like 10, 15 people deep, more worse than
Okay.
the NWO. But these people could wrestle.
Right.
So the accolades were a part of it. So then
Okay.
Undertaker left, and they said it throughout the entire show. Like he just decided to walk out and leave, and I'm like, what a badass thing to do.
Yeah.
Come back as the American badass, of course.
Okay.
So the acolytes stayed with that gimmick for like a while. It's like, all right, what are we gonna do now? Let's just keep calling ourselves the acolytes. It's like, all right, and then like later on, they do a whole poker thing, and it's all like, what are we? Like we're an agency, we're a protection agency. Pay us money and we'll protect you. It's like, okay,
Okay.
so Acolyte Protection Agency, APA.
Okay.
So from there on, what do you think of how hard this match was? It was like 7 minutes long, but it's like still like a lot of
It was
bangers
7 minutes of activity. You know what I mean? I mean, it was like, I
fighting.
mean, I didn't even realize that it was that short, you know, because it was just, I couldn't stop watching. There wasn't anything in there. Like, it didn't like peak and then drop and then peak and then drop. You know, it was just really, you know, high, high energy. You know, it was a really good match. I'm like, and it had been so, I had, like I said, I'd never seen JBL fight.
Right.
And Farouk, I thought he, you know, he was always, you know, a good wrestler. So I was like, okay, but Like, look at these two, It
Yeah.
was, I was like, oh, yeah. What they did, after, I'd love to watch more of them.
Okay.
I guess I got to do more homework.
Yep. What else? So after this is Ivory defeating Luna Vachon backstage hardcore match for the WWF Women's Championship. Harvey just happened to be there, so he refereed the match. I was like, "Oh, y'all
Yeah.
starting? Okay, let's go." The match started backstage. Backstage, Ivory and Luna brawled with each other and hit each other with several weapons present in the area. Tori interfered in the match and tried to hit Ivory, but Ivory attacked her and Lena would hit with a wooden pole to pin her and retain the women's championship. At one point, fucking pinned her standing up.
Yeah, I saw that. He's like,
Uh,
I've
they're,
never seen a vertical pin before.
they're throwing stuff at each other. The TV, the makeup kit, and I'm like, damn, y'all just like crazy stuff, just fucking launching it in the air, and they're like ducking it, and the whole thing
Hmm.
is breaking. It's like, oh, that was real.
Yeah. The phone.
Um,
She threw the phone at her.
Everything was being thrown.
Hmm.
This is one of those times where Luna deserved the belt,
Yeah.
but like they're saying, even Ivory went to bat for her and said, like, you can pin me, and then I'll like give you you can give me a title shot. We can take it back again. And
Mm.
Luna's all like, I don't want you to lose your job. This was a whole what was it, behind the or beyond the ring, behind the what was it?
Was it the dark side of the ring?
Dark Side of the Ring, that one.
Okay.
There's a whole episode of Dark Side of the Ring of Luna Bashan and what she wanted out of this and how like she couldn't get it and stuff.
Okay.
So definitely watch that. 3 minutes though, and it's like,
I know.
you
I said this
showcase
was
your
I put super quick match.
super quick match. Um,
I was telling my sister, I was like, yeah, they had at the time I was I had like an hour and 20 minutes left. I'm like, so far they've had, like 6 matches. I said, and one of them was pretty much backstage, and it was the shortest one. I said, and it was the women.
yeah.
She's like, that's how they always did, super quick matches,
Hmm.
you know. So it's like no respect for the women wrestlers. I was like,
Welcome to the Attitude Era.
yeah.
Um, like we had it good back then.
Yeah.
We had it good back then. This was short, super short, but at the same time, 9 matches
I
compared
know.
to
That's why I was like,
now. Compared to now, where we're like, this shit fucking over yet, and it's four
it's
matches.
it's 4 matches with
One of them being
commercials,
super boring as well.
and yeah, and so it's like they give them, it's supposed to be a long match, and it just starts getting boring, and that's when you're like, oh, let me go to the bathroom, let me go get some food, So it's like, yeah,
Yeah. So
but all of these matches so far, I was like, oh, okay,
none of
wow,
every one of these matches, I did not want to get up and leave.
yeah,
I was like, oh, cool. I was like, all right, Ivory defeated Luna Vachon. That was great. 3 minutes, that's fine.
yeah,
Next match was New Age Outlaws reunited for the. It's been a while. It's been a while. Billy
yeah.
Gunn and Road Dogg defeated Edge and Christian for the WWF Tag Team Championship. 11 minutes and 9 seconds. Um, None of these people look the same except for Billy. He still looks what he looked like that back then. In
True, which is true. And I was like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm like, to me, Christian looks way better now, older, with short hair,
right,
you
right.
know? And I'm like, oh, Edge, Christian, and Billy Gunn are all in AEW now. I'm like, which is crazy, you know? But I
Billy
was like,
Gunn's
you could
62
tell it's
years
the
old.
90s. He's what?
Billy Gunn is 62 years old, and he still looks good.
He looks amazing.
So yeah. Um, Going back, Jimmy Cortez with the referee for the match. Edge and Christian with the long hair. That was like crazy. I haven't seen Christian with long hair in a while.
Yeah.
Road Dogg comes out with the whole New Age Outlaw thing. I missed that.
Yeah.
I used to just like say it along with them as well.
Yeah.
I was obviously, of course, with the DX shirt. Like this is the
Yeah.
reason why I got suspended. I was like, oh yeah, I got 2 words for you,
The 2 words for
Mister
you, yeah. Mr.
Principal,
Teacher.
to the principal's office. You know what? Suck it.
You can have it too.
You can have it. Palm handle slam by Road Dogg, and then doing the whole trying to hump. That was a thing back then. It was like everything was like the wild west of this stuff. It was
Hmm.
crazy. Um, wait, I want to go back to the acolytes
Okay.
because there was something that fucking made me laugh so much. Um, I don't know if it was Devon or Bubba pitting Bradshaw and Farouk just passing by and not even kicking out or not even disrupting the count.
He just walked by.
He just walked by. I'm like, are you not gonna?
Hello. He's over there.
He's getting pinned. You're over there doing something else. Like you just passed by. Uh,
It's so
did it
I
twice. I'm like, Farouk is just like, I trust my tag partner.
and not only that, it was like two would be in the ring and the other two were fighting on the outside.
Right.
The ref was just, not caring. They're sitting
It
there,
wasn't. It wasn't
they're
that
fighting over
bad.
here.
It wasn't that. They're just like these aren't real refs. The real refs are outside, like going
Right.
on strike. These are
Right.
just
That's what I said.
guys.
They were doing whatever they wanted to. So
Like let us do whatever we
he's
want.
like, oh,
Okay,
he'll kick out in two. Let me go beat him up over there.
he'll kick out. I trust him. I'm like Farouk, disrupt the count. Uh, Billy Gunn with the famous sir. I love that. He still hits that. He still hits it.
Yeah.
Um, interrupted the new brood, Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy with Gangrel. And then like later on we get it was crazy to see that Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy went from um what's his face from 3 different managers. Uh,
Mm,
Golda's ex-wife Terry
okay.
to what's his face? I forgot his name. And then to Gangrel. And then the Billy, not Billy, the other two, uh, Edge and Christian got what is that? DOA, not DOA. Bad Street, Bad Street. What's it? Bad Street. Hold on.
Okay. Because yeah, when they said, "Oh, the Hardy Boys are here," I'm like, I only see one, and I see Gangrel. So I'm like, he's not a Hardy Boy. And then at the end of the match, when they, were going towards the back, I saw both Hardy Boys and Gangrel. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I
There.
missed one.
Michael Hayes.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Hayes was managing the Hardy Boys. He even dressed like them at one point with tight ass shirt. I'm like, sir, no, you can't be
No,
doing that.
sir.
No, sir. Terry
No,
managed
Michael Hayes, don't do it.
Terry managed the Hardy Boys, and then we get the Gangrel, and then we get the best of series between Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys. Gangrel on one corner, Terry or freaking what's his face,
Michael P. Hayes.
Michael Hayes, and that's when we get the whole tag team of the TLC matches, like
Oh,
the
okay.
following year with the Dudley Boys, and ever since then it's just like they're legendary now, and
Yeah.
like Billy Gunn's still wrestling. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Um, so they're back. The Billy Gunn and Road Dogg are back as
Hmm.
the DX or the New Age Outlaws, and they're like, let's get the band back together and stuff.
Hmm.
Up next, the worst match on the card forever and ever. I don't care what anybody says. This is horrible. Al Snow defeated Big Boss Man, Kennel from Hell match, Hardcore Championship, 11 minutes and 42 seconds of horrible. It consisted of a steel cage surrounded by a Hell in a Cell cage, and dogs were around the ring within the cell. Um, was it Doberman or
They
Rottweilers?
were Rottweilers. Yeah.
Rottweilers. The first competitor to escape the steel cage in the cell would be declared the winner. Snow tried to keep Bossman outside the ring, but after several attempts, Bossman finally entered the ring and attacked Snow. Snow unlocked himself and knocked out Bossman with a head and escaped both cages and retained the hardcore championship. Remember when I said about headshots?
Yeah.
So the shovel, the snow shovel,
Mm-hmm.
the head of the snow shovel,
Mm-hmm.
Bossman fucking, and you hear it, and you hear it. That's the whole
Yeah.
thing. And I'm just like, oh my god, that hurts. I had to rewind it, and then he just like places it on top of his head, hits him with it, and I'm just like, you could hear the thump. I'm like, this is CTE right here. This is the reason why everybody's fucked up.
I know. And I think what makes it even worse is that the the wrestlers that passed away never made it like past like 40.
Yeah, they didn't.
And I'm like, I've outlived all I'm like, I'm past the age of these wrestlers that I grew up watching. I'm like, and they literally, they passed away before they even, hit 40.
I know.
And then you've got, Ric Flair, who's in his 70s, almost 80. Like you said, you've got Billy Gunn, who's 60, what did you say, 62?
62.
63, like it's amazing that some of these wrestlers that we grew up with watching made it and some didn't. And it's sad, and you're just thinking, I wonder what they would be like today, what they would be doing. It's just crazy to me.
It is. It is.
And it's so funny when I was looking at when they were talking about Big Boss Man was talking, and I was like, I guess Al Snow. I'm like, Al Snow. I'm like, who is that? And I was like, oh wait, I remember. I was like, that's the guy that would walk around with that head, did that like mannequin head.
The mannequin head, yeah.
And then his shirt,
Godhead.
And I'm like,
I remember the shirt now. Oh my god! Like I'm remembering stuff from this episode, from this show.
I know. I'm like, wow. I'm like, yep. We couldn't have that shirt now.
Maybe.
Or it would be like they'd have to like fuzz it out,
Yeah. Let's talk about the dogs who didn't do anything at all. They just
play with each other.
Play with each other, pissed around the ring, pooped.
Yeah, I know.
And everybody in the front row could smell it. Even Boston said that at one point he smelled it, and it's like he had that face like, trying to like stay away from them, but at the same time, it's like, oh, this shit sucks. This is disgusting.
Okay, so do you know why they had this kind of match?
Do you?
No, I don't.
No,
well, so Al Snow said something about Pepper, and then they were talking about, I guess, Big Boss Man took his dog, skinned it, cooked it, and ate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boss Man that whole year, I'm telling you, that Boss Man that whole year was out of control. The whole thing with Big Show at the very end of the year, him and because Head had a little Chihuahua, pet Chihuahua.
Okay.
It was a pet Chihuahua. His name was Pepper. He would bring him everywhere he would go. It was like, Pepper, where are you, Pepper? Pepper.
Okay.
Like, dog is lost.
I thought it was. I thought maybe Pepper was a Rottweiler. That's why they had him, but. Okay.
The little Taco Bell Chihuahua at the time. Taco Bell.
Right. Okay.
Oh, here, lizard. So like the whole thing with the Taco Bell, and then it's like, hey, let's give him a Chihuahua dog. It's like, all right, here you go. So he would have a pet Chihuahua with him and everything, and then Bossman fucking cooks it and everything and feeds it to Pepper, and it's like, what do you think of it? And he didn't know what it is, and so like, here's your dinner. And it's like, what do you think of it? I was like, is it a little spicy? I put a lot of pepper into it. You did what?
Wow.
Like, you're eating pepper. Like the spice? No, your dog. Oh,
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
and Bossman that whole year was out of control for that. It was
Yeah.
wild as hell. So that's why this whole match came about. Al Snow's decided, I'm gonna put you in a kennel from hell. It is his Al Snow's match, and it was
Okay.
horrible because the freaking blue steel cage was moving, and they didn't. I feel like they didn't like put it down right, but same time,
Well,
it just
the fact that they were still building it,
it was still
you
building.
know what I mean? So when I first saw, I saw the cage up top. And so I
Yeah,
was like, okay. And they're like, oh, it's going to be a double cage. And I'm like, okay, like, where's the, I'm thinking, like Survivor Series double cage, kind of thing. And I'm like, or, like a super big cage. And I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, yeah, one's going to be attached to the ring. And as they're saying that, they're still building it. So I'm like, y'all better hurry up because the wrestlers, are coming. But they just built it and then they put the other cage, on top of it. So it's like, okay, this is really weird. And then where did Big Boss Man get pliers from?
his pouches. You didn't see his
Okay. Oh, and his cargo pants.
cargo pants, pouches. He had so many pouches on him that I'm just
Yeah.
yeah, that's on point. That's on brand with him.
Yeah.
For being the worst match of the card, we did talk a lot about it. So it's the match everybody remembers it.
Yeah.
All right, second to last match. X Pac defeated Chris Jericho with Curtis Hughes by DQ, 13 minutes and 10 seconds. Tom Pritchard refereed the match. X Pac again. Little like thing about him is that I loved him.
Yeah.
Like he was my favorite wrestler at the time.
Was he?
Like every time about it. Like the reason I did that is because of him.
Oh, okay.
He's the whole reason. And like everybody be like, "You look like X Pac. You look like X Pac. Do it, do it." I was like, "All right, there you go." Obviously, 1998, I did the whole Sting with the long hair
Mm-hmm.
and everything. I kept the long hair because I wanted to do X Pac next year. It's like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Um, Mr. Hughes was a big part of the 80s. I didn't understand why he was in here, but Jericho had a bodyguard and it was Mr. Hughes, and I was like, "Hey, that's Mr. Hughes." Um, Jericho then to hit X Pac with the diving splash. X Pac countered with a spinning heel kick. Bronco Buster can't do that move anymore. Double underhook backbreaker. This was a great match. I loved it, and I was like slow into it, even if it
Yeah.
was 13 minutes long. That's fine. Mr.
Yeah.
Hughes attacked the referee, Tom Pritchard, and Jericho was disqualified. Jericho and Hughes attacked X Pac until Road Dogg came out to rescue X Pac from the two, and that's when you're like, oh, they're reuniting XF with Triple H. He doesn't want to be part of it
Yeah.
until the year 2000 when they do the whole thing with McMahon and Hemsley,
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie, and Triple H, and add DX. Yeah, and then they all turn heel, and without China.
Yeah.
China's just doing her own thing
Yeah.
because he cheated on her.
They're jerks. No.
They're jerks.
They're
Thank you for
jerks.
hurt me. Hurt me. Shit. Okay. Final match of the night: Triple H defeated Big Show, the British Bulldog, Kane, Mankind, and The Rock. Six-pack challenge for the vacant WWE Championship with Stone Cold Steve Austin as special athletic forcer. 20 minutes and 28 seconds. Even if it
Mm-hmm.
was 20 minutes, I still was bored out of my mind. Um,
Well,
British Bulldog.
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
British Bulldog didn't do much in this match. He
No.
was suffering from a back injury from back in
Um,
WCW.
okay.
There was a show when Ultimate Warrior came back to
Mm-hmm.
WCW to confront um, Hulk Hogan. There was a trap door at the very bottom, in the middle of the ring, where he would just go up from there. Nobody knew about the trap door. Nobody knew where it was.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody was working. Everybody was slamming through it and everything. Bulldog slammed on the top of the trap door, and it hurt his back, so he left WCW.
Mm-hmm.
Like towards like the entire year. He's in here, but he doesn't do much. Like, hey, can I
Mm,
do something on the show? It's like, here, you can do this. It's like, all right,
mm,
help out Triple H. That's it.
yeah.
All right, go
Because
ahead.
I was like, why did we have to have this match? I don't understand. Why a 6-man like tag match for a single belt? You
Yeah,
know, and then I'm like, okay, the concept makes no sense to me because you're tagging in, but you guys are all fighting for the belt.
yeah,
So why not have all of you, you know, in the mat, in the ring at the same time? But then they're like, oh, who's the legal man? Is it this person or this person? And I'm like, why does it matter?
today would work as an elimination chamber.
Yes.
That would be it.
Yeah.
Like I said, British Bulldog and Triple H were teaming. Mankind and The
Right.
Rock were a team already.
Right.
Big Show and Kane hate each other, but they're still gonna do stuff. Um, and, and then even like they in the match, like, what the hell is Mankind doing? It's like, I don't know. I'm just sitting here drinking my beer.
Yeah, I know. And the fact that Steve Austin's like, I don't care as long as I get my,
Shot.
my chat. I don't care who it is. So I'm gonna sit here and commentate and drink my beer.
Yeah.
I'm
Uh,
like, sounds
later
like
on,
Stone Cold.
later on the show, the entire referees that were out there picketing came back in. Like, what you
Yeah.
guys doing in the ring? What the hell are you doing over there, sir? Huh? Get your butt
Right.
out here. So they take him out and everything. Here comes Stone Cold, like
I know. I
fighting
was
the
like,
referees. Like
woo. I
that's the
loved
whole.
it.
That's the whole reason why they're outside on strike is because you're kicking their
Okay.
asses, and here you are kicking their asses again. It's like, so he counts to three on Triple H. He wins the belt, and then he gives him a stunner.
Because Triple H ripped it out of his hand. He was
Yeah,
being nice and giving him his belt and he grabbed it. So hey,
yeah, pretty
he
much.
did his he does what Stone Cold does.
Exactly. After getting disqualified in the WWF Intercontinental Championship match against Jeff Jarrett for Unforgiven, China continued to pursue the Intercontinental Championship. On the September 27th episode of Raw's War, China pinned Jarrett in the Battle of the Sexes, pitting China and Deborah against Jarrett and Tom Pritchard. The pre-match stipulation was that China would earn another Intercontinental Championship opportunity if she pinned Jarrett, and the result earned the opportunity. September 30th, their match was made a good housekeeping match at No Mercy. China defeated Jarrett in a good housekeeping match to become the first and only female Intercontinental Champion in WWF. This match was Jarrett's last match in WWF as a promotion, and he left the promotion and joined rival promotion World Championship Wrestling.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, this was when at that exact time that he's the
Okay, yeah, because
Jarrett
I
leaves.
thought this was when she won it. You
Jarrett
know,
leaves and goes to WCW. Slapnuts, new gimmick, everything with the guitar,
yeah.
Slapnuts, and just goes wild and everybody. The striking WWF referees went back to work before the September 27th episode of Raw's War. Luna Vachon returned to managing her then husband Gangrel, helping him in his matches. WWF Women's Champion Ivory defeated with WWF Hall of Famer Savannah Moolah and Mae Young, culminating at No Mercy with Moolah defeating Ivory to become the oldest WWF Women's Champion in history at age 76. And I was
Oh,
like,
and those two was something else.
yeah,
you know,
Moolah was just, Moolah was just like,
yeah,
they were doing the interview. Here comes Ivory, and it's like, hold up, hold up. Can I say something real quick? And Moolah's just like, no, shut the fuck up. Not even like a second. She didn't even say anything to her. She
yeah,
didn't do anything. It's like, you
mhm,
just interrupted me. This is old school. There you go.
yeah.
After Triple H won the six pack challenge for the vacant WWE Championship at Unforgiven, The Rock wrestled Triple H in a match for the title on September 27th episode of Raw's War. However, the match ended up in a no contest after interference by the British Bulldog. This earned Bulldog a title match with Triple H on the September 30th episode of SmackDown. But the special guest referee, The Rock, left the match. Bulldog began his villainous turn by costing The Rock a title match against Triple H in a steel cage match of Rebellion. This led to a match between The Rock and Bulldog at No Mercy, which The Rock won. On the other hand, Stone Cold Steve Austin was the number one contender for the WWF Championship. At No Mercy, Triple H defeated Steve Austin in the Anything Goes match to retain the WWF Championship. Also, the night where Triple H is the special guest referee, that's the the sliding elbows, people's elbow, when he does the
Hmm.
people like puts him over there, goes to the ropes, and he slides towards the middle of the ring with his shoes, with his fucking
Yeah.
good shoes, does the
Yeah.
people's elbow. That's the most iconic thing ever.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And is the reason why is because I remember it because the bulldog was the one that received that elbow drop. Um, yeah, and then the Kennel from Hell match had a negative reception and had been called one of the worst gimmick matches in history, as the dog showed no hostility towards the competitors and instead urinated, defecated, even made it outside the ring.
Yeah. And they're like kept running from the dogs, and I'm like, they're not doing anything. They're
Mm-mm.
like, oh, they're so vicious, they're so vicious. As they're going to the ring, they're all like, oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
real vicious dogs. I'm like, and they have handlers. Come on now.
right.
You really think their handlers are gonna let them be out of control?
No. WF Booker Vince Russo called it the worst booking of his career. Wrestling Observer Newsletter awarded the match as the worst worked match of the year. PW Insiders Mike Johnson called it one of the worst pay per views ever. It, mm, I wouldn't call it the worst pay per view, just like the worst match from the show.
Maybe worst of that era,
Yeah,
because
that
uh,
was the worst from that era.
we know that there's been some.
So many great ones. This is horrible. Like first episode of wrestling episode of the year, and you want Unforgiven 99? Uh, I love it. No, I love it. It's like I went back to it and it's like, oh wow, okay, yeah. What are these people doing now?
Yeah.
Really. Um, Acolyte Bradshaw, Farouk doing damn, Bradshaw's doing Bradshaw stuff. Bubba Ray and Devon are retired.
Yeah.
Jeff Jarrett is retired. Miss Kitty, don't know where she's at. China passed away.
Yeah.
Uh, D'Lo Brown, he's retired. Mark Henry is training his son. Sean Morley is just an asshole. Steve Blackman, I don't know where he's at. Ivory is still around. Luna Vachon passed away.
Mhm.
Billy Gunn and Road Dogg is just backstage. Billy
Yep.
Gunn is still wrestling. Edge barely wrestles. Christian doesn't like your dad.
I know.
Don't call him a father either, because he's not your father. He's not a father figure.
Yeah.
And if you have a father that passed away, he will let you know. Luke Perry,
Hmm.
motherfucker.
I know. I was like, oh, because so at that time when it happened, um, you know, I was watching a little bit of AEW, and so I remember that, and I was like, oh, too soon, and you're a jerk for doing that. His dad was a beloved character, a beloved actor. Don't say nothing about him.
Exactly. Uh, what else is going on? Just saw some AEW stuff at the moment. The Rascals showed up.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
both of them,
3 of them,
or all three of them. Mm.
except for Trey Miguel. One's
Oh.
missing. Trey Miguel's the only one that's missing.
Oh,
But they
okay.
did a whole skit backstage where like the girl like knocking the door and all you see is smoke coming out. So they're doing some activities there,
Hmm.
and then they do the whole hand chin wave and all that stuff. It's fun. They're there. All right. We're I'm gonna do something I haven't done in a while since Michael used to be on here.
Okay.
Before I could do that, Jane. Jane's in here.
Jane, hi Jane.
Menace says hi. Um, Back then, for every show that we reviewed, we would like, what do you rate this on a scale of videotapes from 1 to 10? So we're gonna do the same. We're gonna bring that back
Oh, okay.
on a scale of 1 to 10. Static videotapes, 8-hour videotapes. What do you rate this show?
Um, I say it was an 8.
You're
It was
doing
an 8
good. You're
because
being
that
generous,
one.
Pam.
No, no. You know what? it took me too long to finish it, but that's because I
Okay.
had to stop it because I had to stop so I could take my nephew to work, and then our co-host needed his walk,
Of course. You gotta walk the co-host.
so so I had watched, and I didn't realize until I was like, let me see how much I have left, that I was an hour and 17 minutes in, and I still had an hour 21 left. So I'm like, oh, I didn't, I knew they were about 2.5 hours, but I just didn't realize how many matches, that they were having. Even when I looked, I looked on Wikipedia just to see, I didn't realize how many matches they had. I just was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, this looks like, it was, I thought maybe 6 matches because you figure they'd give, because here I'm thinking they're going to review everything, like they do now. What happened, in the beginning? What happened with this feud? What happened here? What happened here? But they didn't. They talked. They had Michael Cole, which he looks so fun to me. It's so funny to see him. So him and Lillian Garcia, they were do a little backstage segment, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot they used to do that, and that was it. You know, maybe I think one one match they actually got a little bit into why they were having the match, and I believe it was the main event.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, but I'm like, what? I got to get through this. Click. I was like, let's get to it. But other than that, I thought it was a really good. I thought it was a really good pick for me. So
It was. I'm gonna give it a 6.
okay,
I didn't care for the first match,
okay,
obviously, because it's like he's such a
sure,
douchebag.
sure,
So, but I'm
yeah,
still gonna watch it because, oh yeah, I remember his foreign gimmick. Great.
yeah.
Um, Watching Miss Kitty with blonde hair instead of black hair later on, it's like wow, that's
Okay,
crazy.
yeah,
The Acolyte put on a show, put on the banger of the night,
yeah.
and it was only 7 minutes long.
I know.
Ivory and Luna didn't care much for it.
Yeah.
It was just that, and then
I think I rated it also so high is because there, like we said, there wasn't really anything that was to me super boring.
right, there wasn't. It was just
It just kept,
simplified to
the
death.
action just kept coming. I just didn't, I didn't care for, the scab referees. I'm like, come on now,
The scab referee.
you know, but, but I thought it was hilarious when the real referees came in and they're like, what's he doing? They're sitting there talking crap about him. And he's like, what? I'm
I'm
doing my
doing my
job.
job. I'm doing my job. Yeah.
So, so
Um,
it was entertaining to me.
Sat there watched the kettle from hell match all the way through. Never did that before, and I'm just like, why are we
I,
watching this?
he's like, I'm gonna get
Uh,
her for this.
and then the main event, I was just like, what? Why they tag? Oh, okay,
Yeah,
this is weird. But it was like a 6, but I still enjoyed it, and just like I was still entertained. But the
yeah,
middle was just like, nah.
yeah.
Like, all right. So yeah, that's me. Um, well, you enjoyed it?
I did.
Okay, good.
I
As
did.
long as you did. You want to do more of these?
Yeah.
Okay.
This time I promise I won't wait for the day of.
Oh my god. I'm like, no, it's like I started that whole week. Like the
Yeah.
first, I think on Tuesday I started watching it, and then like a
Yeah.
couple days went by, and then the whole, all right, um, Deadpool's out. I gotta play him.
Yeah.
Like, damn it, when can I play this? When am I gonna be able to
Yeah.
watch this show? It's like, all
Yeah.
right, there it is. Uh, Point you fell asleep. So yeah, all right, that's it. We'll do another
Yeah.
one. We'll do another
Okay.
one. we're doing predictions on Royal Rumble 2 weeks from now.
Crazy,
It's in 2 weeks.
but it's fun. I
Uh,
know.
all right, you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, this is where we're gonna ring the bell on this one. Unforgiven 1999, a show that lived in the exact sweet spot when wrestling was loud, messy, a little unhinged, wild, wild west. We didn't. You noticed in the entire area there was just flashing cameras, no video.
Yeah.
That was we were in the moment.
Hmm.
We wanted to be in the moment. We wanted to live in the moment. We weren't doing any selfies. We weren't like trying to take
Yeah.
video of it. And it felt perfect because of it. That was our generation. That was what
Hmm.
we loved about it. All the flashy signs, all the signs out there, all the creative signs. Some of them were little phobic, not allowed to say anything here anymore. That's not allowed anymore. It's crazy. That was the attitude era energy. Crowds that felt dangerous, storylines that didn't ask for permission, moments that only make sense if you were there. Or if you stayed up way past your bedtime watching scrambled cable and praying the feed didn't cut out. And now that the WWF vault has moved, I'm calling it WWF still. I don't care. Those events are getting rediscovered all over again. It hits different.
Yeah.
So here's the questions for you, the chat, everybody, Spotify. What do you remember from Unforgiven 99? Was a specific match? A finish that made no sense, but you defended anyway? A moment that stuck with you longer than it possibly should have? The kennel from Hell match? The dog kennel match? Whatever the hell that was. That's the only thing I remember from it. Because it was, I said it was the most horrible match ever.
Mm.
I never seen it, but I just know all about it. Tell us where you were when you watched it on the couch at a friend's house, sneaking in with the volume low like it was contraband. Because those memories, that's the real archive. And don't be surprised if we do this again. Another rewind, another late 90s snapshot, another night where wrestling felt like it could jump off the screen and change the week. But coming up real soon, Royal Rumble season is here. It's right around the corner, which means predictions, chaos, surprise entrance, and Mendes is absolutely pulling back up with takes that will start arguments immediately because they know someone's going to have something to say about what she says. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Which also means WrestleMania season is going to be here soon, and we're going to be busy again. You ready for that? You ready
Alrighty.
for more hours again?
Yes.
Okay. So you already know how that goes. So until next time, keep the attitude era alive, keep the debates loud, keep the nostalgia undefeated. This was the M3P podcast where memory hits harder than the chair shots, and wrestling history never stays buried. We'll see you next time. Say bye.
Bye.